Higgsfield just released their official Adobe plugin extension, and I believe it's going to change the way you work. Check this out. Today we're in Santa Monica Pier in Los Angeles, and you can now use this AI tool to replace anything you want about your reality. So you can now draw around specific areas that you want to remove, and AI will do all of the heavy lifting inside of Adobe tools. So let's say you wanted to add some crazy visual effects where a kraken wraps itself around and destroys everything. Let's say you're recording yourself and you want to try and get an impossible shot. Well, you can now use AI to get that exact shot that you want. So now with the power of AI with Adobe and Higgsfield, you can add things like floating text into scenes. You can even change the text on anything you want, and you can even change the objects in which we were sat on. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can install this plugin for yourself, as well as showing you the highest value use cases that we've discovered over the last 2 weeks. This is specifically for people who use Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects. And for this video, you're also going to need a Higgsfield account that has credits on it. I'll leave a link in the description to go and download all of those things if you haven't got them already, so you can go ahead and do that before we start the video. So here are some of the best use cases that we've discovered. One is removing people from your shots. The second is taking your original video clips and then creating seamless transitions with AI. So this is very effective. The other one that we've discovered is reframing videos. So if you want to take original shots and reframe them for any size, then you can do that too. Step one is to go to Higgsfield here. And we now want to go to the plugin section. And then you can see we've got Premiere Pro and After Effects in here. Select the tool that you use. We're going to use Premiere Pro for this example. And then you can see that there is a download button that you can download it, but there's also an option for macOS and Windows. So select the operating system that you use, and then you can scroll up here and download the plugin. Once it's downloaded, you can save it into your downloads file, and you'll see that now right here. So we can double click on that and it will open up this introduction right here, and you can go through and install that and type in your password, and we can now have that installed successfully on the platform. Next step, we want to go inside Premiere Pro and go to Windows, Extensions, and then you can select Higgsfield. From here, you'll see the pop-up window on the left-hand side. From here, we can now see that it says Continue in Browser. So if we click on that, it will then pop up your own browser where you can log into your account. Now, once you've logged into your account, you'll see that at the very top right of the screen here, it will have your profile picture icon. That symbolizes that you're logged in. You can also see all of the different options that we've got in here, and we're going to run through some of these right now. So some of the best ones that we found to be is edit video. That's one that we're using a lot right now, but you've got things like upscaling, reframing, draw to video in there, remove backgrounds, all kinds of good stuff. Now inside of Adobe After Effects, it's a very similar process for the installation. All you want to do is go to Windows at the top here, Extensions, and you should be able to see the Higgsfield plugin installed, so long as you've gone through the installation process. And it's the exact same thing now. So you can see that we've got this plugin in here, and we have all of the same options that we had in Premiere Pro. Honestly, there's not much of a difference. Now, let's say we wanted to create this awesome effect inside of Premiere Pro, where we actually connect these two different shots together with a seamless transition. Well, in order to do that, it's very simple. We want to go to the last frame of our video here and click on the Export Frame option. From here, we can label it whatever we like, and we can press OK. This will save this frame as a PNG, and you can see that we've drag and dropped that in here. Now we can do the exact same with the first frame of our new shot. We can label it Lemon 2, for example. Now with these two shots here, you'll see that we've got our end frame and our start frame. And so you can actually drag these frames into the Higgsfield plugin here, and you can see that we've added both of those frames in. Now we're using Kling 3.0, and you can use a prompt like ours on screen right now, and you can pause it and take it if you want to. And then you can also adjust things like the duration of your video, as well as the aspect ratio that you want the video to be, and then you can hit generate. We like to use Kling 3.0 for first and last frame. It definitely gives you the most seamless transitions of the bunch. So with this clip added into our timeline, we can simply drag them together. Now you'll see that the framing doesn't match up. So if we right click on the clip and we select scale to frame size, it will then adjust it so that it matches the framing on either side of the clip. Now this is great, right? We've got this seamless transition in between two clips, but not quite. Now let's see, if we go really granular here and we zoom in and we take a look in between these two shots where the AI clip and the real clip matches, you'll see that the coloring changes ever so slightly on the screen here. Take a look at this. You can see that there is a slight color shift. To fix that, we can use the Lumetri color settings on the right-hand side in Premiere Pro, and we can adjust it so that it matches seamlessly. And you can simply tinker around until you have a seamless shot between the two. Now, this is a very, very helpful thing to learn so that you're not having these very clear color distinctions in between clips. Another trick you can do is using a crossfade effect. Now, a crossfade effect, if you input it in between two clips, it will blend those two clips seamlessly together. And this is a feature that Premiere Pro offers, which is fantastic, especially in between these two clips where we've got AI and real. So that's a very helpful method that you can also use on top of the Lumetri colors to help you get that seamless shot. So now we're going to go over a fantastic example of how we can actually remove people from shots. Now, traditionally, if you wanted to remove someone from a moving camera shot, it would actually take a huge amount of VFX work. If it's a static shot, there's lots of different ways in which we can remove people quite easily with traditional VFX. But on moving camera shots, it's much more difficult. It requires a huge amount of camera tracking, and it's honestly just a pain in the ass. But this is a very quick and easy solution that you can now use. So if we go to the start of our clip here in Premiere Pro, we can set our in and out points. Now, on the right-hand side here, you can see that we've got the draw to edit feature where you could simply draw around the areas that you want to remove. Now, with that, we can write in our prompt something as simple as keep the soldier in the middle, but remove the men from the background of the shot. Then you can hit generate, and it will then go and process that, and it will actually have and remove those areas that you have selected. Now, if the draw to video feature doesn't work, what I would recommend using is the edit video feature, where you don't draw in any specific things on top of your clip. You just go to the edit video section, and you then type in remove the person or people in the background, and it will then remove them from your scene for you as well. So it's definitely worth knowing both those nuances. We found that both work, but sometimes it's much easier to just use the edit video feature. So I'm just throwing that in there as well. Now you can see here with this original clip on top, we can go ahead and go to scale to fit frame size as well. And we can now see that we have that scaled nicely on top of our video here. And if we take a look at the differences here, like if we just click before and after, you can see it's done a fantastic job of keeping everything else the same. The only subtle difference might be a little bit of coloring, which again we can fix with Lumetri colors by adjusting the contrast and things like that. So you can go into your settings and adjust the tint and temperature, contrast, until we have the exact replica of what we had before. So now the before and after looks much more similar, and you can again fine tweak this as much as you want. You can also use things like DaVinci if you want to as well. So you can see here on the before and after of this, the clip is actually a little bit stretched. So we can scale this to be 201 on the scale spectrum here. And you can see it's now an exact replica of the one before. So might just take a couple of fine tuning on some like scale height and scale width options in here. And you'll get a much more accurate result that's not scaled or anything like that. So again, you can fine tune and use those kind of things. And you can see we now have pretty much an exact removal of those people. And here we have it, the before and after. Super, super clean, very effective. Now for this next clip, we're going to talk about reframing. Reframing is very, very easy to achieve now with this new tool. So here is our original clip. And you can see here we've got this nice drone shot. Now, if we wanted to change this to be a different aspect ratio, it's quite simple. You simply on the right-hand side here, click on reframe, and you'll see that actually you can reframe it. And at the bottom here, there's actually a few different options that we can choose to reframe. So you can see here, we've got 9:16 selected, but they do have a couple of different options at the bottom here. If we hit generate, you can see it will now add that in. So here is our original and here is our after. So we can simply reframe anything we like. So this section in the middle here is our original, and we've got the reframed on the exterior. So here are my final thoughts on this plugin. It's an incredible tool for one-click solutions, and they packaged a lot of really great use cases directly into the plugin. However, there is a cost-based crediting system, obviously associated with a lot of these workflows. And if you have After Effects knowledge, you can probably get away with a lot of this just in After Effects. However, that requires having an understanding of these complex video editing tools. And if you don't have that, then this is a fantastic method for beginners to start using and integrating different VFX workflows into your process. So if you want to try it out, there is a link in the description where you can go and download this plugin for yourself. And if you're interested in learning more about creative AI, then you can check out GenHQ in the description, which is the largest creative AI education platform in the world. And we're dedicated to creating 100,000 new jobs for creatives. So if you're interested in learning and staying ahead of the curve and making money with AI, then you can come and check out GenHQ.